There we go, there we go, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome everyone. Ooh, still got to do a couple of tweaks here. We actually are well and down live for racing. Okay, so let's get that all off. Good evening, everyone. This is your host, Mr. AKA Sharks. Tonight I'm sort of doing the qualifying session alone. Round 4 on our ACC console platform championship, again at Zandtvoort. I don't know what to say, but it is wet, it is muggy, and oh boy, this is going to be epic fun. Again, I don't think we've done any favors to the boys in the mid to rear engine cars like Porsches and Audis and Ferraris and so forth, but hey, this is sim racing. Again, welcome to everyone on the chat. I see boys like Toki there, Anthony there, Kalen there. Toki giving a massive shout out there to Springbok Gamer, Ati, Gaffbig, Taylor Scott, and then Robert from Stolz 44. So again, Toki, I am 100% confident that these boys thoroughly love your support. Do wonder though, man, when are we gonna see you on console? Then of course we got Nail Bullion there, one of the old Lionel Messi boys. Used to drive on console, now he's predominantly on PC. This is the qualifying session. Again, Zandvoort, in the heart of Amsterdam. Nearly like, I mean, it's the proximity of this track is not far away from the coastal line, so I would expect it to probably have some of those northern UK, northern hemisphere track conditions where it's just ugly, it's muggy and it's rainy. This is kind of what we have this evening. These boys are busy setting up their qualifying lap. And again, I'm guessing they've gone around the track, warmed up their tires. No one at the moment has set any times yet. But just looking at where we were from a practicing point of view, the guys I've got my eyes on is Kudu Varsha in his Audi. Didn't have the best race last week on Suzuka, but has told everyone during the week that he is going to bring his A game on. And then, of course, Rapadak looks flying fast this evening on this track. I mean, it just looks so comfortable. So let's see what he brings to the table. 141.9. I have seen him done a lot better in the practice session. And then, of course, we do have our certified alien here, which is 80k Kuketso. What is he putting on the board? Brings it up still in the 6th place. I don't think he's very happy though. LNR Checo, on the other hand, the man that is trying to fight for the championship, has got a winning victory for him under his belt at Brands Hatch. So I think this evening we're going to have quite a bit of fun and action. I am commentating alone at this moment. My co-host will hopefully be here soon. He's opted to choose racing over commentating this evening, which is kind of fun and exciting. But nonetheless, man, these boys have still got just over 5 minutes of qualifying session to do. Now, in these conditions on a track that I honestly do not enjoy at all, I have to admit it does seem like once again the front-end engines of the Bentleys, the Mercs and so forth have seemingly are dominant. Zero Racer there bringing it with a 41.4, just knocked Checo out the park a bit. So again, I'm hoping to see better times here. There's a few individuals on track that hasn't done anything yet. So for the likes of Insomnia, oh wait, just as I said it, Insomnia in his Merc had a very solid race last week. Coming back strong here in 6th at the moment. Stolz and Gaffbeek haven't really set a time yet. Might be struggling a bit or just warming up the tires as we speak. And then of course we have a newcomer yet, the Scum 911T. Again, the name says it all. Man must be loving a massive Porsche fanatic. So 80k could get so in the lead so far, set up a better qualifying lap than what he did before. So definitely an improvement there for him as he turns out at sector 2, coming down this weird angular straight line. I don't think in the wet conditions you can do it full throttle, but I somehow believe where these guys have set that up their cars, I think they're going balls out though. So, Nail confirming, yes, Paul too busy doing LFM, Masano, isn't he? He is probably, yes. A man who wants to do sim racing other than commentating. No, it's all fair and game, man. We all love sim racing. He did give me a heads up that he wants to do a couple of Masano races. It's been a hard week, man. Everyone's pushing these last few couple of days. I mean, Easter weekend is around the corner for those that do celebrate it. I mean, it's this weekend, all Easter, so everyone's going to be off. Lots of parties everywhere. And then next week, we're going to head into our Mount Panorama race on ACC console Wednesday night. That's going to be a tough one for the boys if they have one hammer of a weekend. And then round 6, which will be our final race on console in 2 weeks now, is going to be an hour and a half of an endurance race at Paul Ricard. Again, not the fantastic, fabulous tracks that we've ever seen or done in console. Not the most favorable. But again, I mean, we gotta race them all. Like me, I can't even remember the last time I've actually done a Zandtvoort race. So it's been a while. Doki, why does that Benz have a Fiat livery? I don't know. That's a very good question. Why does a Mercedes-Benz have a Fiat livery?
Hello, boss man.
Hey! I was just talking about you.
Oh, nice. Just made it. Just in time. Saw the race.
Wacht, man. Oh, people's been asking about you on the chat. They miss you severely.
Oh, jeez. I'm in demand. Oh, wonderful.
You are. Again, round 4, man. How's it been going? What do we expect here? What do we think is going to happen?
So I'm hoping someone can beat Coquetto, for one. And Zandtvoort is keeping it out of, turn 3, turn 4, they have been keeping it out of the wall. I think that's going to be a key factor, and whoever's in a Bentley should do well.
That is true, yeah. I think I've heard many rumors that the Bentleys is phenomenally strong here, so yeah, it's a very good possibility. But then again, it's all about the championship standing points. I'm actually going to show that to everyone at this moment. So I mean, the race is quite tight there. I mean, considering last week's finishing, Jakes Fatikakni is our current leader at this moment, followed by Checo. And then we have Marius in 3rd place. Grimjaw is still in 4th. And then Gavbeek is trying to chase Grimjaw down. So those top 5 boys are really, really fighting it out. So they've got a lot to play for, considering we're at round 4. Next week's Bathurst. And then we have the Paul Ricard race.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Bathurst could shape or break your championship.
Oh, it's kind of what it does. Bathurst will literally spit you out, chew you all the way through, bones and all, and then just go, take that. It is hard.
Yep, no, it's not a track for the faint-hearted, that's for sure.
It's not. What does surprise me though is that, again, so Checo is in the 2nd place of the championship at this moment, and let's just go look at the man. He's currently 2nd on the qualifying session, but he's only done 2 races so far, so 2 good results for him back to back. The question is, can he make it a 3rd, considering that he didn't do race 1? If he does, he's definitely going to jump up the ladder there. I think the individuals that are really struggling at the moment is the likes of Marius, Grimjaw, and Gavby. They just haven't found their whole groove thing. Which
you say that Gav jumps into 2nd place.
Oh my word! But then again, he puts it down. I mean, I give it up for this man. He's got brilliant amount of talent, but he's just had utter bad luck. I mean, Suzuka was all there for him, and then that didn't go to plan. Race 1 was there for him, and he got a drive through. So he hasn't had the best of seasons from a race or start condition. So quite challenging for him.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I just hope someone can catch Coquetto in the race. That's it.
Mm,
That's it. But if you take Coquetto away, this is a tightly bunched field. I mean, you got Gav in second place, 6 tenths behind. Then you got Checo behind him, 7 tenths. Then you got Kudavaz, 8 tenths. And as I say, there you got Rapid Duck jumping into second place on 6 tenths as well. Then you got Sarah Racer on 8 tenths. And then you got Jake's 1.1. I mean, it's close. But yeah, Marius is actually struggling
he
here. He's
is.
almost seconds off the pace.
He
That is
is.
quite funny for him because it's normally quite quick, whether it be sunshine, rain. He's always quick.
He is, and I think we've really made it difficult for the guys this season. I mean, it's not the best of seasons, and I think it's even more challenging from a force perspective. Because again, if we look at where the Porsches are and where they're struggling at this moment, they're really not up in the top 10 playing field.
Yeah, no, definitely. Welcome, Jock. Jock's joined the stream. Says apparently there's some beautiful voices on stream. So Sharks, we must find these beautiful voices and have a chat to them.
Are there some beautiful voices on the stream?
Apparently.
Well, let's find them.
Okay, so we're on the grid. We got that, what's it, 1.5 minute countdown. So we were with Jakes in seventh. Then we've got Michael Stefanak. Is he new? I feel like he's new. I don't recall Stefanak in the previous rounds, unless I lost the plot somewhere.
I would agree. There's two new guys on the track this evening that I'm not 100% sure if I've seen them on the track at all. So Michael Stefanak's there in 8th place of the 42-1. And then I believe there's a guy called Discum
Yes,
in his Porsche, really struggling with it. But then again, I mean, he could have just
so
had.
it's all the other Porsches.
So is all the other Porsches at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, two new boys. I know a few guys couldn't make it with load shedding and a few other commitments. So at least, but again, we almost have a full field, 19 cars in the grid. So that's good to see again.
It is, and even with this, like, with this season, we've had so many registered races this season, but we've also had a few of them that couldn't commit to it and so forth. And they are here to race fun, and it's kind of nice and good and well. But then that sort of opens the back for the other individuals that has the opportunity to just come and race for fun. So it's actually well balanced and worked out itself. I'm thoroughly loving it that we have a full grid every week.
It's been great that we luckily haven't had to tell someone, sorry, you can't race, you have to be a reserve. So far,
Yes.
every week, someone hasn't been there, and there's been guys, those reserves, that have just filled in those spots, it's been great to see that it's a full grid every single race. That is really very enjoyable to see, man. Okay, while they're on formation lap, I'm running, I'm grabbing a beer because I cannot do this without having a beer.
I'm with you, man. I've got my beverages close to me in close proximity, so I can't really move now. I've somehow ending up being on Alroy's position here in 15th place. So for those guys on the stream, this is the warm-up lap session for the boys. Again, this is where the tire needs to get warmed up. They do their official run. The nerves start kicking in. Everyone's starting to plan on what to do and not to do. Hopefully you don't bump into the walls, is what I see there from the scum, which is kind of weird and unusual for him.
Okay, back. Got beer. There's someone already crashed on the formation lap.
I saw two individuals tagging the wall, is what I would call it. Now that's not going to work very well in favor for them already having damage before the race started.
Okay, well, let's hope not.
I should remove my eyes from my thing, because I'm fairly sure everyone hears my eyes tingle.
That's okay. Then we know you're having a cold one. A nice
Yeah,
cold one.
it is a nice color. So, round 4, Zandtvoort in Amsterdam. I mean, the most beautiful. Technically speaking, I actually wanted to say that. I mean, Zandvoort is in Amsterdam. Okay, it's a Northern Hemisphere Dutch track where they technically speak South African Afrikaans, yet it's not realistically Afrikaans. Um, and to be fair, I can't pronounce the corner names of this track at all.
Yeah, no, I'm not even going to try. We'll just let it be, and we'll call it Zandvoort.
Yes, we'll call it Zandvoort. I actually went and had a look and go like, should I give it a try? Should I not? And then I looked at the names and I went like, that's not happening.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's hard enough to pronounce some of the drivers' names, let alone the corner names.
Yes. Right. And if we talk about corner names, guys, like, to be fair, I've got it open in front of me. Corner 1 is called Zandtvoort. Yes, so you can imagine what the rest of them is. Okay, so let's see. Start finish. Waiting for green.
Yeah, let's get ready to rumble, boys. Let's see. Will round 4 be another clean two corners? Let's see.
Well, I'm hoping so.
Because a wet one.
No, instantaneous dive there from Jake's Fatigaki takes out a Mercedes immediately. Now that's just gonna hurt his race plus the Merc, and I don't know who that was. Something tells me that is ATK Corsa. Oh my word! What a start of the race! Not a happy man is he going to be. Did you not ask for that?
There's another, yep, and there's another car looking sideways as well. I think they clipped the curb. Oh boy, action-packed first 2 turns, and not in a good way.
No, not in a good way. So Jake's is gone, and he's taken. Ooh, Jake's again, big mistake there.
Oh
what?
no!
What has happened? This is he is not having the best start.
Jake's has destroyed his race within the first 3 corners twice.
Now that is it. Oh, McLaren off the track. So again, so many things happening at the back of the pack. Let's just go to the front. Rapid Talk, all of your race leader currently at this moment, and he's being chased down by Gavpeak. Then we've got Kudavas there, followed by Checo, followed by Cerro Racer, who's dropped a couple of spots there. Gav going all over the gravel there just to get back onto the track again. So a lot has changed. Marius, all the way from where he qualified, I think just above 10 is in 6th.
He's gained a lot of spots.
Now, in my head, I'm going, was that planned? Did they?
Oh jeez, I feel for Jakes, because Jakes is fighting in the championship. Ouch, that hurts.
Jakes is fighting for the championship, but by the corner of my eye, when I saw that happening, it really looked like he outbraked himself coming into corner 1, and unfortunately went across the gravel. Now, you and I both know the minute your tire goes across the gravel on a wet track, nothing's going to stop it.
You in theory will go quicker.
Yes, you will go quicker. You are practically an arrow on its way. A passenger in your car. There's nothing you can do. So, sadly, you did take out ATK Corsa, who is going to have...
That might do now is it might make this a race.
That's sort of what I'm thinking of. So Corsa's got his hands full, but also simultaneously a damaged car. Now, whether it's aero damage or just body damage, that is yet to be determined. So he's got a battle here at the moment with Stolz in front of him, and he's got Drew right behind him, and RVR and Alroy. So he's in the bunch of the boys where they go, why is this man on my rear end?
Yep. But with the speed difference, he should just be able to find and pick his way past everyone, hopefully, and cleanly.
Well, that's sort of where it sits. It's not going to be an easy view for them visibly. Ooh, another McLaren, they're off the track. That one, I think that's Alroy. No, it's not. I'm completely wrong. That would be Various Sky. No, that's also not it. That's Michael.
No, he spun out a bit earlier. Oh,
this,
is it Michael Stefano?
mm,
Okay.
so Michael has dropped a couple of spots there now, which now brings up the field more closer on the front. Back top 10 keeps changing forever.
Yeah.
Rapid
It's a
Duck
bit,
seems to be on fire this evening.
yeah,
He's,
he's just pulling away from Gavpik and the rest of the boys there.
he is, and front back is battling it out this evening. So we got Gavbik sitting in second. Looks more comfortable now. Could have asked in his Audi, bringing the speed that he foretold he had last week. In these conditions, though, I don't know how he does that, though, but that's pure talent in my observations.
Yeah, no, that's pure talent. That's being quick in the rain in an Audi.
Yes, I think it's where the Audi can be advantageous because when you do wet track conditions, you do try and avoid the curbs. So Audi and curbs in dry conditions is a no-go.
They look like there was a position change. Yep, Sarah has taken Checo, so Checo is struggling here. So let's see. The last time it was raining, Checo didn't have a brilliant first 10 minutes and then all of a sudden switched on and then fought to win the race. So let's see if he's going to unlock that magic a little bit later in the race. Yeah, at the moment, Rapid Duck is like 1.6 seconds ahead of Gav. So he's just gingerly pulling a couple of tenths per lap and getting away. And then Kuda is not looking like he's making any inroads either into Gavpik. And then Cero is now past Checo. So let's see if Cero can catch up to the boys. And then Marius, he's losing touch with the front boys, but he's kind of just sitting pretty there. If he just keeps that consistent, he's looking at a good solid top 10 position.
Yes, that's sort of where I'm seeing at the moment. So it looks like the top 5 boys are now settling in nicely up to their pace, race pace, maybe gain a few tenths here and there depending on the lap conditions and whether they can actually get a corner right and not make a small marginal error, because you can see the delta is moving a bit by half a second every lap or so, and then from Marius onwards it's just all about this is a race for Marius to actually gain and capitalize.
Yeah, no, definitely he needs to me this race it's all about just damage control. Seeing as he doesn't have the pace here, so he just needs to take whatever positions he can and points to just make sure the guys don't pull away too much on him or gain too much points on him. Because if I'm correct, he is leading the championship.
Yeah, he's very close up there into the top 3, I think, from what I believe.
But yeah, so yeah,
you can
so
actually have a look at it.
Yeah, so Jakes is ahead. Jakes is on 92, then Checo on 84, Marius on 81. So yeah, so Marius needs to obviously finish ahead of Jakes, which Jakes is kind of just doing them that favor, and then he needs to just be as close to Checo as possible to just keep that as close as possible while they gain points on Jakes. That's kind of the strategy behind what they need to be doing today.
Yeah, so it's all winning it, but then if we recall of where it needs to go from here on, I mean next week we have Mount Panorama. It's probably going to be a dry race from what I recall. Not the most favorable track for any Porsches. So again, those cars with the long straight, quick ones, McLaren, Merc, those boys are really going to capitalize next week. So he's going to be the underdog, and he needs to make as much as he can. That doesn't say the Porsche is slow, because Paul Ricard, I know you can have a good setup for Paul Ricard having that straight line speed. It might not have the good speed to make passing maneuvers down the long straight at Paul, but you can at least be within the faster cars if you stay within their slipstream.
Yeah, so let's see what happens. Okay, where we at? Someone's off.
Someone went off now, whether that's Stolz or Scott. I think that's Scott. Might be. And he had such a good start. So, no, Stolz. The Stolz had a good start. I reckon he's dropped a couple of positions. Yes, he is. So that was Stolz going off the track. kind of looking at Springbok Gamer. I can't remember that he actually did Springbok Gamer do a qualifying, because I just
No,
cannot.
he started.
He
I
did.
think he started from last. Oh, did he?
He did. So he's at ninth position.
He lost plenty positions.
I wonder how I missed him.
He was behind Coquetzo when Coquetzo got missiled out the way. So he's been fighting his way back from the back as well. So let's see if he can bring some of that speed that he was showing in qualifying.
Well, yeah. So he himself and Jakes has got a lot of work to do. Now I still don't know how Jakes is managing to keep that Merc on track, based on
all that damage.
with all that damage, and I'm fairly sure he's got quite a bit. Ooh, another Aston Martin on the track there. Now that's gotta be T. Scott there. Yes, that's T. Scott. So both T. Scott and Stalls had a rundown with the wet
Scott's
track.
hit something because the bonnet on that Aston is not flush with the bodywork anymore.
Yes, unfortunate, man. Both these boys in their lovely liveries, it's just got terrible bad luck on this track. It's not going to be easy. Rain race on Zandtvoort is not easy.
And Coquetto's made it up to 9th. So it should be interesting to see how he now starts progressing through the top 10 cars, because they'll have a bit more speed compared to the lower half of the field. So yeah, let's see what he does. Definitely, and I assume he's got that big print of a Mercedes badge in his passenger door.
Yeah, powered by Fiat. So
really confusing Mercedes right there at the moment.
Then how it works, but he's got a bit of a gap to make up. I mean, there's about 10 seconds between him and Marius, which is currently in 6th, so that's a lot of time. In all fairness, the boys in the top 10, look at this train of boys fighting here. You got RVR, Alvo, Michael, Jake, Springbok, and Drew down the straight line. It's game on everywhere. People going
for it.
side for side. This is action-packed. People trying to make up lost time, so he's gained the position there. It looks like he's passed Alroy. Alroy giving up places freely and willingly, it seems. Not really wanting to be in the battles.
Yeah, no, and Jake's, for all of his shenanigans, does not look like his damage looks too severe.
Which I still wonder how you do that, because it's like a bullet to the number 1 car versus, and then a bullet to the barriers, and then you still that quick.
Yep. So clearly that Merc has got quite a bit of speed in the wet here.
Or the engine actually sits in the rear, one of the two. Ooh, another car off track there, and that looks like a Bentley. That is Checo. Checo in the wall.
Oh, Checo's bouncing off the wall. Oh, he's got lots of damage.
That is just unfortunate. Just as we said, the man is probably going to take the lead by the end of this race if he has a solid race, and this is where he sits now. So the roles are reversed this time. Individuals who has had bad luck racing, the likes of Gav, Marius, and those Oaks, are really taking the opportunity and the advantages of getting a good result. Oh, Marius is definitely.
Ooh, he went bouncing over that curve.
that was very close, but he's going to be challenged soon by Insomnia. Now, Insomnia last week at Suzuka was very solid from a racing point of view. Made a few errors here and there from what I recall, but he was probably as solid as a rock. And he's chasing down the Porsche now. So Marius is going to have a big Merc grill in his rear view mirrors very soon.
Very sure.
Now the other thing about Zandtvoort, which I find fascinating, and I don't think these boys are going to actually experience it, because Zandtvoort is one of those tracks known for like tire cuts and slow punchers and so forth, because you gotta work the curbs very hard to maximize your exit speeds on some of the corners. Now,
yeah,
rainy conditions, which these guys are going to try and avoid those corners as best they can. So We don't
they should
expect to see
preserve-
that.
Yeah, they should preserve their tires. I see Checo's in the pits, so I wonder if he's maybe calling it or if he's going to fix it and go back out again. But he will need to pit again because obviously he's not pitting with the win.
Ooh, RBR has dropped down the bunch as well. So he was in the top 10. He's now all the way to 16th place, which is
Yeah, he
unusual.
must have made a mistake because he was fighting there with Springbok Gamer and all of them, so he must have helped himself along and decided to hand over all of those positions.
Big battle now is for the boys fighting for 10th place. Thank goodness it's not Formula 1 where we just give points to the top 10 boys. But again, points up for grabs pretty much everywhere else. Checo coming out of the pits. Stop, go, 30-second
and
penalty.
30 seconds. Oh my word, poor Checo. It never rains, but it pours.
Well, again, I'm waiting to see one of his snippets that he normally makes, which has got that Fast and Furious theme ethics on him. So, if he does end up watching the stream, please, Checo, we'd love to see your Fast and Furious version of yourself.
Yes, we need a Checo main for Checo.
Oh, guys on the chat and on the stream are going like, what?
Yeah, exactly. We'll show you in the chat once Checo drops it.
Yes.
That's what we'll do.
The man's signature move is to try and...
Gav has been catching up to Rapid Duck. It was over 2 seconds, the gap, and is down to 1 now. And he's pulled away from Kuda, so he's definitely catching up to Rapid Duck.
He is, but again, it's minute increasements. It looks like that Bentley again is made up so well because we remember last week in the race, Rapid Duck was very quick down the straight. Like for some other weird reason, he had a beautifully set up Bentley that was so quick down the straight that it was actually matching everyone's race conditions. So did he do the same thing this week with this with the wetness?
Yeah, he might have gambled again and gone with maybe low wing or something to try and have all of that speed. It does look like because he's definitely pulling out that half second in the straights, not pulling it through the corners.
No, so in the corners he looks like he's losing, or he's probably just losing a lot in sector 3 because again, as we all know, Zandtvoort is tricky itself. There's so many fast, quick corners, but then your last and final sector is kind of like a fast in-out S's hairpin, which if you get it wrong, you lose a lot of time. So you can see he lost a lot of time with that big hairpin and just before sector 3 started. So that might be his big curb climb there. Now that's gonna slow him down coming down the straight.
He's making little increment mistakes, which I think is what is helping Gavpig at the moment. Gavpig is just keeping it clean from what I can see. And then the rest of the field has gone quite a bit spread out. So let's see.
They are fairly spread out, but again, there's still battles in the mid-rear end. So we got various Sky, the boys in the McLaren fighting each other again. So it's Alroy versus various, and then Stoll's there coming back from these couple of spins. So there's still a good bunch of boys here trying to fight for position.
The whole group together again.
Ooh, Bentley going very wide there. That
is great.
That's not going to do him any favor, though. I mean, that airplane...
No, now he's going to be a sitting duck going down that straight.
Yeah, if he does that again, he's certainly going to be a sitting duck. So, I don't think Drew is known for having so much pressure around him because he himself haven't had the best of race finishes over the last 4 rounds. But he is looking very well and solid and strong. Ooh, big mistake from him again. Now he's got a whole bunch of boys around him.
And now it's like the shark smelling blood in the water. When one guy gets held up, the other one wants to pounce, and then everyone's trying to pounce on each other. Oh boy, that's when it gets interesting.
This is where it's gonna get. Oh, a big mistake from him again. So again, a
He's
little
gonna
bit
keep
of
it.
pressure, and he's off.
Hopefully, he did not collect. No, he did not collect anyone, so that's good. But Various Sky is going for it. Various Sky has gone for it down the inside, past Alroy. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Whoa, that, and there goes Stalls. So Alroy is just a sitting duck at the moment, and then we've got Checo, who is, I assume, a lap down, and now he's getting out of the way of the boys.
Yeah, he is a lap down. Plus, he's got a stop go 30-second penalty he needs to address and resolve.
Yeah, he's not moving out the way. He's trying to slice his way through there. But yeah, I wonder, he has to pit now. If he doesn't pit now, he will actually, I think he will get DQ because it's his final lap that he needs to take to stop go 30.
So, Big Battle's still in front. Gav Peak has gained a bit of momentum. Way more closer than what he was a while back.
Yeah, no, Gav is all over him looking for a place to get by. So let's see if he can try and hold him up because they've got a 4.5 second gap over Kudavaz, which is quite extensive.
Yeah, that is. If these boys are going to continue battling, then Kuduvaz might come up to him. Again, pit windows are open, so this is where it's going to get very interesting. The pit entry of this track is not the kindest to anyone. It's got that whole Schumacher S versus I have a barrier on my left, right versus you better get it right first time, otherwise you're going to get severely damaged aspect to it.
So definitely one to look out for is to not get that fine for speeding into pit lane, because that is just going to, as Checo can see, who has now dropped 2 laps behind. He's just having one of those races, but he's at least carrying on because you never know with guys crashing and possibly getting disconnects. He might just grab a spot or two. So yeah, flying. But these two boys in the front, it does seem like Rapid Duck definitely has the speed over that Mercedes in Sector 1, because that's where he seems to be pulling out all of his gap, and then Gav over the lap brings it back.
Actually have a look and see how close does that Merc get to this Bentley. I do love this view though. It's such a great view.
Yeah, it's something different, and I think we're going to see that grill or that Merc get closer and closer and closer. But who will flinch first between these two boys? Because if we remember correctly last time, the overcut is what helped Checo to jump Gavpig. So is Gavpig having that thought in the back of his mind and thinking, I need to pit to this Bentley to try and jump him?
That's it. It's all about strategy. It's all about pace. It's all about. It's not even just that. I mean, we've talked about it so many times. Every race, you can be. Your in-lap and out-lap can be phenomenally quick, but if you don't get that pit entry right, you don't get your car jack up right, and you don't get off the line right after your car's jacked off, then, oh, that sounds awful the minute I said that. Oh my word, I can't even believe I said that. Then you lose at least, what? That's like 2-3 seconds instantaneously.
Yep.
And those are small marginal errors. It's things that no one really practices.
As we say, there we go. Drew the Great, stop go 30 seconds. As the boys are starting to jump. Oh no! And Rapid Duck has murdered himself.
That is a big hiccup.
I don't know if he does not look like he hit the wall, but he definitely clipped the inside curb, and that seemed to have just thrown him away. And then at the same time, you've got Sarah Racer busy fighting with Kudavaz. Yes. So you got second, third, and fourth now fighting with each other, and Kuda is busy flashing Rapid Duck to get a move on.
Yeah, I think Rapid Duck definitely has a bad, because you might have missed it. He went straight into the wall. That rear end of that Bentley lifted as if it had wings, had a Red Bull, probably 5 of them, and then came back onto it. So I reckon Rapid Duck is going to come back and pit now.
I saw he bounced off. I went and checked the live stream, as that is obviously a couple of seconds delayed. And yes, I can see that was a hectic crash.
Hectic crash. In the pits he goes. Kudavas and Serra Racer battling it out. So Serra going instantly defending, but Serra wants to inside line.
He's going to stick it. They're going to touch. Who's going to cry?
No one yet. Oh, there we go. Contact made between two. Oh, very angry boys. Didn't give each other enough room for it. Kudavas, the boy that suffers that. And now he's going to have Marius on him.
And Kudo survives, but Kudo's now, now he's got Marius. Oh man, this race has gotten feisty.
Very feisty. So we've probably missed it, but Serra was just so aggressive. You could see that Kudavas went to the defense, took it to the right-hand side of the track, then slowly moved to the middle lane so that he can have a better entry and exit into corner 1. But then Serra just stuck it in there and went, thank you, I'll take it. Any gap given as a position gained.
I think they were just a touch unlucky on both sides there. It's man, it's definitely getting spicy today.
Yeah, I'm with you. A touch unlucky. It's one of those scenarios where you know the driver is on your left-hand side, or you know he's on your right-hand side. Your peripheral vision is only that far. You can't realistically see where he is. So you're hoping that both of you have given each other enough gap. And in that instance, it's just probably that. Sadly, Kudu was the unfortunate one out of the story. He's still in third though, so...
Yeah, I think depending how much damage he has, which I don't know if it would be too severe because he did not hit the wall. He just hit the Bentley, which is probably as hard as a wall. So yeah, he's straight into the pits. So let's see how long he's going to be in the pits for. While Serra has gone through, obviously Gav is still going around. Gav's got a nice, almost 7-second gap now over second place. So Gav literally just needs to keep it on track and keep it together, and he'll do well. And what are the boys saying on the stream? Jock says he's never seen a Bentley fly like that.
It was hectic.
Did Drew the Great get another stop-go 30-second penalty?
Yeah, Drew the Great penalized himself. Like I said, pit entry, pit exit at Zandtvoort. If you didn't practice it, you don't know where it is, you're gonna get caught out. That is as simple as it is. It's the same as Paul Ricard, it's the same as Brands Hatch, all those ones with the odd, unusual pit entries. If you don't practice it, you're gonna suffer the consequences.
Okay, so let's see where Rapid Duck starts.
That was close.
Did they touch?
No, they didn't.
So close.
I kind of was watching it on the corner of my eye going like, okay, so Rapid Duck is the so-called leader of the race, or was, but then Kudu Vas filtered right behind him. So again, that had to be severe damage that Rapid had to fix now that he has Kudu Vas behind him. So I don't think Kudu Vas sustained that much damage, but then Rapid did do a lot. So now Rapid needs to catch up and bring back his A game, because he's got a lot of catching up to do at this moment.
Yeah, that's true. So let's see once the other boy starts pitting and how that flows out. Jakes has pitted and he's back out again.
It is, but that Merc doesn't seem...
that Merc doesn't look like... He might not have fixed all his damage. He might have fixed something.
I don't think he has. I mean, it did look like, even though he had the whole shenanigans on lap 1, he was actually quite on pace.
Yeah.
So
Again, one of those what ifs. What ifs.
Or is it needed kind of thing? Like, is it needed for me to fix my car? Should I lose that additional 10 seconds where I can hardly feel damage? And I think a lot of our sim racers, we as sim racers, we kind of make the mistake of, oh, we got a bit of damage, we'll fix it 1 or 2 seconds. But that 1 or 2 seconds, the question is, does it affect you that much? Is it necessarily to do that?
Yeah, it's many a time a difficult decision to make. But as we see, Rapid is catching up to RVR, and now the question will be is because that is full position, even though Rapid has pitted, is RVR just going to make it easy for him, or is he going to make it difficult?
Yes,
And he's
it's
actually allowed to defend. It is his position by right.
yes. By right at your position, you can fight for it as much as you want. Ooh, RVR goes deep, opens the door just there for Rapid. They're gonna go through there. Easy move there by Rapid. I mean, I would
There
take
we go.
candy from a baby is what I would call it.
Yeah, no, RVR definitely he tried, but unfortunately he ran wide, and now he's got Kuda, who also needs to get past him. So let's see if it is as easy. And Marius is in the pit, so this is going to be interesting to see where
Where
Marius
Morris
fits
filters
out
out.
with Rapid and Kuda because they were close on track. So let's see if Marius hit all his marks and
Well,
has a smooth, quick pit stop to jump these boys.
I can tell you that RV Guru is probably very frustrated now because he reckons
You're halfway
this
through.
is his
Keep
place,
pushing.
his position. Merc holding me up. Oh no, goes on the inside line. RVR goes very wide though. Kind man, kind
Yeah,
gentleman.
no, he's definitely just handing that position, but he might be jumping into the pits now as well. No, he's
No,
not.
he doesn't.
So he's just being a very gentleman racer by allowing the boys to go through, and it does seem like they have jumped Marius.
Probably have. I didn't even switch over to it. I completely forgot about it because
No,
I'm like we
no.
got like 10 minutes of pit window open. Gav is still on track, running it lap by lap. So he's probably gonna do it the last minute or so.
Yeah, that, that's what he did the last time. Well, no, he didn't. That's what Checo did. Whoops. Andrew the Great gets disqualified because that would have been his third stop go 30-second penalty. So unfortunately, Drew the Great DSQ from the race.
That is terribly and unfortunate. So Marius filters out behind Kuda and of course behind Rapid. So didn't gain that much, but he's still in front of Insomnia. So these boys are still gonna battle it out through the race. And again, Insomnia and Marius did fight it out before the pit stop window and all those things. Although Insomnia was a bit closer, they're still in the same proximity. So this battle is definitely gonna continue. Kind of good to see that these boys are sort of on point within range of each other, which makes it very, very interesting. It's those top 3, top 5 boys where I want to see where they filter out. Because Kuketso, again, a man we haven't really spoken about besides his Fiat qualifying session, got taken out by a bullet Mercedes Benz coming from the right hand side. And he's still fighting hard to catch up to these boys. So he's doing very well, though.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because I think he's going to probably be falling in between there by Rapidak and Kudavars with all of their bad luck that they've had. So
Mm,
I doubt whether he will fix his damage because he does look like he has got still quite a bit of speed. But yeah, he's 20 seconds behind second place. I don't see him making up that time on the boys in the next half hour.
no, not even anywhere close. Gav Biggs is now
Okay,
jumped into the
Gavin's
pit.
in the pits.
I reckon Gav is definitely gonna come out in front of Rapid, purely just because how long Rapid fixed this damage. I mean, he went. Uh, that was a solid in the wall, bad damage.
Yeah, no, I also think Gav, if he just hits his marks and does everything, he will come out and you'll have a nice big lead, and then it's just keep it on track and get it to the finish line.
We still have Jakes. He is catching up on Insomnia. Oh no, he's not. He is actually quite far. I for some other weird reason thought he was catching up on Insomnia. It is Insomnia who is catching up
On
on Marius, so that gap has decreased a bit at this stage. RVR still hasn't quitted yet. 6 minutes left for the man. House
is in.
Man, we haven't really spoken about the whole race again. I feel so bad not showing these boys.
He's had a quiet race.
He has.
Had a quiet race today.
Okay, so as we kind of predicted, Gavbig is probably the race leader at this moment.
I would believe so, yes.
Because I don't think the boys currently in first, second, and third are gonna come out of the pits in front of him. That would be very surprising to me. Hals, on the other hand, no, he's still dropping down, so Deltas are catching up, following. There we go. Hals, on the other hand, has now gone into 7th. So
he's jumped Marius.
He has jumped Marius. Has he? No. Right? It's still picking up. Sorry, it's still dropping. There we go. Okay, he's in 9th place. I think so. Can I say that? Can I officially say that?
It looks like it.
It looks like
it. In pits finally. So he's jumped in. So only the top 3 boys that still need to jump into the pits.
Yes.
And they've got 5 minutes to do so.
5 minutes to do so, which is not a lot of time. 1 or 2 laps at most. So those 3 are probably leaving it till the last minute or second, trying to capitalize as much as they can from free space, and not having those battles that they don't want. So let's go find some good battles, man. Rapid Duck is looking comfortable at this moment, considering that he had to fix his car.
Yeah, he's pulling away from Kudavaz there, so Kuda, I don't know if he fixed damage or if he left it off, or if it wasn't a lot of damage, but he is definitely not catching up, so he's pulling away from Kudavaz. And Kuda needs to just try and stick with him, as I think they might be able to catch up to 2 of the boys in front. Not the leader, but the other 2 boys.
The other 2 boys, yes. Assetto was very aggressive. Assetto still hasn't quit yet. Keto still hasn't quit yet, so those boys are still on the track. Ooh, and so is the Scum.
Yeah, the Scum also needs to pit stop.
3 boys on track currently. None of them have quitted at this stage. This is gonna get interesting. Right, so let's find Gavbig leader. I'm gonna go to Marius because it looks like Insomnia is closing the gap on this Porsche. Plenty of pressure for Marius, and I think he's definitely brought his A game this evening with the Porsche on this track. Curious to know if he loves this track or not, because if I was a Porsche driver, I would love it if it's dry. Cry if it's wet.
I think in the wet, this in the Porsche is probably quite a difficult racetrack to be driving on. But Insomnia is just coming. That boy, you can see clearly, he is just catching up so quick.
Yes, but he's done the same thing.
He might be looking for a way pass by turn 1.
And again, it's like I kind of want to say it's a classic Insomnia thing, because he's silent and behind closed doors during the first section of the race, but come the second section after he's done his pit stop, he is like a madman off a leash.
Yeah, no, he's definitely, I think he warms up through the first half and then he gets going in the second half.
And then brings his beautiful A game in and just wants to battle and challenge everyone, which is great, man. It takes a while to get your groove in, get settled, get comfortable.
Okay, so Cero's in the pits. So he is one of the key guys to see where he will filter in with Rapid Duck and Kuda. I believe he should be coming out quite a bit ahead of them, but who knows?
Yeah, in theory, if his pit stop was good and solid and he sticked it out for a while, I reckon he's probably going to come out in front of Rapid Duck. That's just me guessing, but that also puts Ketso is either going to come between Marius and Insomnia, somewhere around there. And again, I'm really just guessing at this moment. I love guessing.
Well, the
Let's check it out.
two boys are in the pits, Sarah and Coquetto is in the pits. So hopefully the Skim jumps in the pits because he is quickly running out of time.
Kind of now or never. Okay, so Cero's moved. He's out of the pits already. He's ahead of Rapid. And he is that Gav?
He's jumped Gav Pig. Oh my word!
What has happened?
Gav must be swearing. The second wet race, and again, a Bentley has jumped him at the at the pit stop.
Oh, is that possible?
Oh my word! I don't know. I don't have words. That is shocking.
That is unbelievable. Like, where did that come from? Gaffbig was racing ahead, leading by far. I mean, he had Rapidag in front of him, but Rapidag made a big mistake. And then Rapidag is more than 10 seconds behind him, and somehow Zero Racer has jumped both of them. Unbelievable.
And Coquetto's in 5th place, but he's only 5 seconds behind Rapid in 3rd. So that is definitely going to be an interesting 20 minutes coming up.
It is. So Coquetto's going to try and catch up to Kudo. That's a battle for sure. Rapidag is slowly moving away from Kudo Vaz. I am astounded to see that Zero has leapfrogged so many people. Hal's under severe pressure at this moment by Jakes. Now I'm guessing Jakes wants all of it going on the outside. What a drive! Oh, wow. Ooh. Hal's being very cautious there. So is Rapid. These two boys giving each other lots of space just to avoid any problems.
And Jakes has taken the position. That's beautiful driving there.
It's like he just had the better exit coming through that corner. House was very cautious. You could see it in his driving style. It was just, you're gonna take it. I'm not gonna battle you. It's all yours. You won it. I made a slight error in judgment or something, and then let the boy go. But respect to both drivers, giving each other, well, probably a Titanic-sized space.
Yeah. Well, Sarah's pulling away from Gav. It's 2.5 seconds ahead now.
Sarah's, but he is. Again,
so Gav is suffering the same fate he suffered at Rams.
I really wonder how that is so possible.
Yeah, I wonder what's happening to him that this is happening.
Well, I'm looking at the back of the pits. I mean, everything is kind of nice and cozy. So Alroy is in 14th. The Skim did not pit, or he did, but he didn't change tires. Not so sure what's going to happen.
He gets a stop go 30 seconds.
Oh, RVO is just going backwards all the way. Not a great race for this man. I mean, he started out so well, and he's just fallen back. Just unfortunate luck for him. Hals and Jakes are the closest battle on track besides various Sky and Michael. Oh, I hope I'm saying that right. Michael?
I think so.
I hope so. This is...
Yeah, again, two McLarens.
Yes.
They've been playing at this the whole race though. They've been swapping spots the whole race.
I'm just gonna go, this is Logistical Nightmare, where by you have a weird name or surname or PSM name, we will ruin it for you.
Yes, we will. We will be the nightmare of name and pronunciation.
Yes, like that guy Skype. Amazing driver.
Yes, the Skype guy.
The Skype guy. Just absolutely amazing.
Oh, Mr. Parsons came to say hi on the stream. Hello, Mr. Parsons.
Hello.
Dewey came to visit. Let's see what's going on here. I've completely forgotten about the chats tonight.
We have. I sometimes gotta give a shout out to all the other boys. So you give a shout out to the boys on chat, and then.
Okay, let's do that. So Vivian says good luck to Gavfig. Then we got War Machine saying that the pressure is a race's worst enemy. Kalen wanted to know about the pit stop window, but I didn't did tell him. And then Pierre is here and watching the console boys having a big dice. And Jacques says he just wants to see Bentley's fly.
I guess it's the only time you'll see Bentleys fly, and I mean that literally and figuratively. It's
Yeah.
it's probably the last time for the Bentley lovers out there that we'll see a Bentley winning races.
Unfortunately, sad times. But yeah, Cerro is flying the flag 4.5 seconds over Gatsby. He is absolutely flying.
He is in his A game. Like I would have never. I have absolutely no idea where he comes from. Like I literally have to go and look at let's just double check. So qualifying point of view, Sarah qualified 6 on the grid. Now again, it's not far. I mean 141.4 to a 140 flat from a qualifying point. The gap's not massive, but he is dominating.
Yeah, no, he's just doing what Checo did at Brains. He's just found the groove and he's running away. And Coquetto, see, he's taken half the gap out of Kuda. So he's brought that gap from 5 seconds down to 2. So he is getting closer.
That gap's getting closer. And Marius and Insomnia is
Insomnia's got him. Has he got him past? No, he's still trying to catch Marius. I thought he has got him Marius.
Still trying, and again, these boys are having the race of the evening. I mean, that Merc has looked at that Porsche's rear end for 45 minutes so far. So, love for sure. Hulse was under pressure. Springbok Gamer making a bit of time over there. So he's now made a move on. Hulse gained a position. So that Lexus looking far more comfortable this time around.
Yeah, that Porsche looks very second-hand. He's definitely kissed a few walls tonight.
No, for certain. And again, the Springbok Gamer, a phenomenal endurance guy and racing guy. From again the SSR boys. I don't know why I want to call them SRS boys.
No idea.
Sorry, I'm very terrible with acronyms. So from SSR, and he drives brilliant endurance races, but he is one of a few guys that I can say offhand that just hasn't gelled with the season. I mean, they have phenomenal pace. They are excellent drivers. They are well known within the console sim racing communities all across board. It's not just by us, but it's by SSR, by Sarko, by everyone that does console racing. Knows these boys are quick, flat out, very fast boys. So they just haven't gotten into the groove, and I'm hoping to see them.
Also, he's had some bad luck because again he qualified 9th, and he definitely was involved in something because he was like last place, and he's had to work his way all the way back up to get himself back into the top 10.
Yeah.
And Coquetto has caught up to Kuda. Oh boy.
Now this is going to be an interesting race because I think between these two boys, they've definitely shown a lot of respect to each other from last week's race.
Yes.
I think Kuda Vasa's words was, "I've got to bring my A game," considering that he saw what pace was available of the rest of the fleet, and now he's got the boy that drove a phenomenal race at Suzuka on his tail, and this is not going to be easy. Is he going to go defensive? Not as much, huh?
No, not at all. Not really that much at all. So he's definitely comfortable with under the brakes that he would be able to outbrake the Mercedes. So this is going to get interesting because there ain't a lot of spaces to get past. So let's see how Coquetto handles this.
Yes. Ooh, a bit of ping there, but then Kuruvas this ping jumped slightly up at this moment, so slight lag there. Again, anything's possible. Our server is in Europe, so these boys are from across the globe. Some South African, some European, some local to Amsterdam. Oh no, wait, that's the PC boys.
Yes, that's PC boys. Coqueto's Coqueto's got it. He's got it.
Yeah, that.
He's just able to take a much tighter line.
Yes, that just looked way too easy. It's as if Kudu was just knowing that it's not worth his battle. He wants to get a good finish. Top 5 for him is his benchmark. He's probably not going to get any challenges from Maris at this moment, who's still battling with insomnia. So I guess Kudu is going to go, yeah, I'll take fifth. Fifth I'm happy with, considering what conditions we are faced with.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think so too. He's playing the long game and he's like, oh, points. Give me the points.
Give me
Mario,
the point.
I cannot believe that Marius is still in 6th place. That is a shocker.
It's a good drive. It's really, really a good drive. I pull my hats off every single time I look at a guy in a Porsche in wet conditions. I mean, it is phenomenal skill for these boys to do it in a Porsche. Well, especially for me in a Porsche. Again, anyone on chat or stream can tell me otherwise, but I think the Porsche in wet conditions is the hardest car to drive, and probably the McLaren too.
Oh no, Springbok Gamer is in the pits.
Hey,
That
I'm
must
not gonna
have
ask.
been that must have been from a crash or something. But yeah. So Marius, he's what would have been a damage control race. He is currently ahead of both first and second place in the championship.
Yeah, and
So
he's
going to
maximizing
gain
it.
some great points.
Exactly. I mean, Checo is not having the best race at this moment, so Checo is slowly climbing the gap. He's now in 16th though, but this man was up there in the potential podium position before he, I don't know.
Decided to kiss the wall.
Yeah, do we call it the Fast and Furious move or no?
Oh, we're gonna make him do that, mate. He's not getting away from that. He
Mm,
saw his podium go left and he went right.
exactly. The poor man, the poor man. Okay, so where are we? We've lost 2 guys in racing. Drew is still there. He's sitting in the pits, probably doing what we do, watching the race as it unfolds. 10 minutes remaining. Again, these boys have got a challenging race for them. And if you think this is hard, stay tuned, because next week is Bathurst, or as some would know, Mount Panorama. So that's going to be epic fun as well.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a real barn burner for the boys to handle, because there it does not come down to who has the speed. There it comes down to who can survive and not hit the wall. Okay, so it seems like Springbok has actually either disconnected or he's decided that's it and he's called time on the race for himself.
Multitasking.
He's actually posted now in the chat and says he unfortunately disconnected while he was chasing Jakes. Oh my word. So he didn't put it in, he disconnected. Oh, that just sucks so bad.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate. I mean, that's the last thing you want, is when you're actually doing a good race and then all of a sudden you get disconnected. We kind of call it an engine failure scenario. Come back into the pits, put it back on, new car, new body, new everything. And
Yeah. No, that is very unfortunate for him.
definitely. So, Gatsby, 10 seconds behind Cerro. I don't know what happened.
It's a shock.
Cerro has
poor
come
Gav.
out of nowhere and
Yep,
shocked me.
and stolen the victory away. That is what Cerro has done. Poor Gav, twice now a bridesmaid and not the bride.
Yes, I don't know what to say. I really don't know. I think this man has definitely done a phenomenal drive this evening. Out of nowhere, not even in the top 5 from a qualifying point of view. Did his race as he did. To be honest, Gavbig didn't really make a mistake. Coquetto had a
Yeah.
had a big incident. Gaffby didn't have any incidents. Rapidac had an incident, but in all fairness, Gaffby had a solid race from the start go. So the fact that Cerro jumped him and are gapping him
Yeah.
just tells me that
Um,
this is an A-game racing point of view.
Bossman, is Coquetto .7 behind Rapidac? Is that what?
He is.
Oh boy.
So podium battle at the moment. The man who's going to fight for third place. I don't think Rapidac is going to give away this easily because
No,
again,
he's gonna fight for this tooth and nail.
he has to, man. He had a race victory car set up at the point of winning the race, made a slight error, had to go and pit, and now he's fighting for his podium position. 6 minutes left into the race with Cucuzzo behind him. And again, a ATK driver. Ooh, and again, too wide onto the grass. No clue why he went that way. Maybe just to see where he is, like throw the mirrors out, look at where Cucuzzo is, left, right, middle, center. Where do I
Yeah.
defend, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, Kalen says Coquetto for the podium. So, yeah, look, by the way Coquetto caught up, he is definitely should just get past and run away. But Rapidac is not going to give this up easily. I would be
don't think
fighting
so.
tooth and nail for my third place.
Yes, because all you need to do is put your car in the right spot. That's it. Put your car on the right spot. Make the man behind you work what needs to be done. Don't look in your rearview mirrors. Switch it off if you can, and just focus on your lines. Again, mistake after mistake. Gets going to capitalize. He's going very wide though.
Yeah, he's going to do the cut in. He's going to cut it in. No, not able to. Rapidac saw that coming and kept it nice and tight. But here we go. Let's see. Oh, these boys are looking for a way past, and the other boys countering every move.
And I want to move to Marius because Marius and Insomnia are close to each other as well. But I'm going to stay here for now because this is a battle for sure. All
He's
about
definitely going to have a look. Turn one. Turn one is going to be interesting. It's either going to be defending or it's going to be a pass already done down the straight, and it's going to be a fight
to the end. You can see Rapid
Immediately.
instantly going defense. Tries to shake him though. Went onto the other line. That is an interesting move. Sticked it on the middle of the track and then all the way went to the left to get a better entry and exit into turn one. Wouldn't have expected that though.
Yeah, that I would have expected him to go far to the right to keep it nice and tight. But yeah, it just shows that sometimes it's something just a bit different. And by placing the car in the middle of the track, you kind of block the driver from being able to go left or right.
Yeah, so I think he's got a lot of confidence with the car and straight line speed. As we said, less wing, straight line speed. He's keeping ahead of the Merc. So the Merc was right on his tail. Coquetto looking on the outside. Is he going to make a move there?
Ooh.
That's very, very far.
He's going to try and run it around and come. No.
Not. Like Rapidac is just
coming.
Ooh, that's a slide. Oh, that is just unfortunate, man. Rapidac lost his rear. I don't think Coquetto could have done anything other than.
No, that is completely on Rapid himself. I mean,
yeah.
Unfortunately, he lost it before as he turned in already, and Coquetto tried to stop and just tugged him.
So, that is just sad.
Poor race incident, but that was right while it lasted.
That was a good battle though, like a very, very good battle. Like seriously, like I think it was just unfortunate, man. You could see that rear end tires of Rapidac just sliding too much, so he just lost the grip going into the corner, probably out braking himself, and then trying to turn the car at the same time, and the rear just didn't like it at all. And unfortunately, because Coquetto was so close to him, contact was made.
Yeah.
Very, very tough one for race directors to go and look at. But again, we can all we can do is theorize what we kind of saw.
Yeah, that's true. But it was good while it lasted. So yeah, so Cerro has absolutely just run away and went to hide. He is almost 13 seconds ahead of Gapig.
He is very, very far ahead of the place. Marius and Insomnia was very close to each other at one point, but now Marius has gapped him again. I don't really see any other positions being fought at the moment other than these two boys. We're close to each other. Um, Marius putting
Pulling
the
away.
pedal down and not having a Merc pass him. Final 2 minutes, man. Well, final 1 minute.
Yeah, yeah. We
Where
are
is it?
on. We should be on the final lap.
There should be leader on the
There we
final
go.
lap. 1 minute to go. He is going to smash it there. Normally every race scenario etiquette, I would go driver of the day is someone from the rear coming to the front, or someone that did a solid race. I gotta give it to this man. That's my opinion. Like, I'm astounded and still
Close,
shocked.
I must say, he's done what is needed to win the race. I mean,
Yeah.
he kept it in, he kept it out of trouble, and yeah, he shocked us by getting ahead of Gapig and then pulling away. And then Coquetza, I mean, from first to last to third, that is not a bad drive as well. But I think, yeah, this race I'm going with Serra Racer because nobody expected him to be winning the race.
If I was a betting man, I would have probably put my money on Coquetzo and I would have lost the horse race battle here. That's for sure. I would have never foreseen it. And again, that was just an unfortunate incident from the race start. I mean, Jakes lost the car, went over the curbs into Coquetzo's paddock. There's nothing he could have done. That was a sim driver as being a passenger. Brakes, no brakes. Barriers, no barriers. That is where he was going to end up in anyway. And the gap between him and Jakes, that's massive. So big drive for Coquetzo there.
Yeah, no, definitely a big drive from Ketso. Getting through the field, just as epic. Well, here we go. Serra Racer, well done. Takes the
Takes them.
win in a great style and with a massive gap over
Massive.
second place.
I mean, this man must be happy. Just look at that. Flashing the lights all over the show. Gavby coming down the start finish line. He is going to take second place there. ATK Coquetzo not far from him though.
Yeah,
I
not
mean,
far
coming through
behind.
the line. Then Kuduvas in the Audi in fourth. Again, phenomenal drive by him. And then Rapid Duck just had a little bit of bad luck here, a little bit of bad luck there, but great finish in fifth place. I reckon he is going to win a race soon. Marius, on the other hand, the best Porsche on track at this moment, taking sixth place. He is closely followed by Insomnia there. And then Jakes in eighth.
Yeah, so that's a great recovery drive from Jakes with all the shenanigans he's had going. His car looks like he's got some additional damage from what we've seen before.
Yes, and
Yeah,
Perez
and
time.
then
We haven't
yeah,
really spoken about the McLaren this evening. Normally I would go look at
and
them. So
him and Michael, still after an hour's race, stuck together within a second.
yes, that sort of closes your ninth, and then in 10th place, Health. Strong race and strong finish. I would say a bit of a bent out of shape Porsche over there. But
Yeah,
nonetheless,
definitely.
pulling it in. I think that's pretty much us at this moment, man. What a drive, what a race. I thoroughly enjoyed this. It wasn't easy for anyone.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was a great race. The boys definitely, you could see it's Zandtvoort and you could see it's wet because there was a bit of touching and argy-bargy going on, but absolutely fantastic race again from the guys. And yeah, well done. Well done to the podium boys, and can't wait to see them all do it again next week at the mountain.
Yeah, next week, Mountain, same time, same place, Logistical Nightmare, Wednesday night, round 5. Again, big ups to SSR and the boys at Zarko for their support. If anyone wants to get hold of us, get us on all social media platforms. Again, thanks to Coach Dave, SimGrid, and then of course Grid Finder for their support to host and showcase the community itself. And then last but not least, thanks to the boys on the chat, man. Loving it. We'll catch you boys next week, same time, same place.
That's
And
it. Thanks, guys.
thank
See you
you.
next week. Cheers.
Cheers.